Google is quietly testing another way to put AI between you and the news you read. This time, it's inside Google News. On some publications' pages, Google is experimenting with AI-powered article overviews, short summaries that sit right at the top of that outlet's story list. Here's what that means in practice. Normally, if you tap into a publisher in Google News, you see a feed, headline after headline, maybe a featured story, then more links. With this new test, you first see an AI-generated overview that says, in effect, here's what this outlet is covering right now, in a nutshell. The AI scans multiple recent articles from that specific publication and turns them into a few lines of summary, maybe key themes, main developments, and what's changed since earlier coverage, all before you ever click into a single story. For readers, that sounds pretty convenient. Instead of skimming 10 headlines to figure out what's going on, you get instant context. You can quickly see, okay, this outlet's climate coverage is focusing on wildfires and policy, or their tech section is all about AI regulation and new hardware this week. It could also help you decide which article you actually want to open instead of bouncing around blindly. But for publishers, this is where things get complicated. On the upside, an AI overview might package their work more attractively. If the summary makes their coverage feel rich and coherent, maybe more people will dive into individual articles. On the downside, there's a fear that the summary becomes the destination. If the AI overview already answers your basic questions, what happened? Why does it matter? Some readers may scan the box and never click through. And remember, this isn't an AI summary living on the publisher's own website. It's a summary generated by Google, inside Google's interface, on Google's terms. That raises familiar questions. Who controls how a publication's work is framed? If an overview misses nuance or gets something slightly wrong, does that affect how people see the outlet's reporting? And how does this fit into the broader debate about AI systems being trained on and summarizing human journalism without always sending proportional traffic back? For now, it's just a test on select pages, not a full redesign of Google News. But it's another sign of where platforms are headed, away from raw lists of links and toward AI-generated layers that sit between you and the original sources. So if these AI article overviews roll out more widely, would you treat them as a handy shortcut that helps you decide what to read? Or as one more filter that stops you from ever leaving Google to visit the publishers doing the reporting?